If you're watching this, and it's December, and you've just met someone who seems too perfect, too beautiful, too interested in you, please pause everything and listen to my story. Because 31 days ago, I thought I'd found the love of my life. Today, I'm sitting in my nearly empty apartment, my bank account showing 5,000 Naira, wondering how I became this stupid. My name is Tunda Delik. I'm 28 years old. And this is the story of how one woman, 1 month, and a series of choices I can never take back cost me 2.5 million Naira, my dignity, and almost my sanity. You know that feeling when December hits Lagos? The air changes. Christmas decorations go up overnight. Companies start planning end-of-year parties, and suddenly everyone's optimistic about love. It's like the whole city collectively decides to believe in magic for 31 days. I'd had a great year. My tech startup job in Lekki had paid off. I got promoted to senior marketing executive in July, secured a major client in October, and my boss had already confirmed my year-end bonus would be substantial. I'd been saving aggressively. 2.5 million Naira sat in my fixed deposit account, earning interest. My plan was simple: use it as down payment for a house in 2025. I was focused, disciplined, smart with money. Or so I thought. That Saturday, December 1st, I went to the Palms in Lekki to buy groceries. Nothing special, just my regular weekend routine. I was in the produce section, comparing tomato prices like the responsible adult I thought I was, when I heard her laugh. It wasn't just any laugh. It was the kind that makes you stop what you're doing and look up. Pure, infectious, genuine joy captured in sound. That's when I saw Chioma. She was standing near the organic section, on her phone, wearing a simple yellow sundress that somehow made her stand out in a crowd. When she noticed me staring, instead of looking away like most Lagos girls would, she smiled. Not a polite smile. A real one. I should have minded my business. I should have grabbed my tomatoes and left. But something about December makes you believe in possibilities, doesn't it? In fate. In second chances. So I walked over. That laugh? I said, immediately regretting how corny it sounded. Whatever that person said must have been hilarious. She looked at me, tilting her head slightly. Actually, my friend just sent me a meme about Lagos traffic. Wanna see? 15 minutes later, we were having coffee at the food court. By the time my cappuccino got cold, I knew she was 25, a fashion designer trying to build her brand, loved Burna Boy and old Nollywood films, and had the most beautiful smile I'd ever seen. So, Mr. Tomato Comparison Shopper, she teased. Are you always this analytical, or just with vegetables? I laughed. I'm just careful with money. My father taught me to always check prices. Smart man, she said, something flickering in her eyes that I couldn't quite read. I like a man who's responsible with his finances. Too many Lagos guys just want to show off. I'm not that guy, I assured her. I can tell, she said, reaching across to touch my hand briefly. You're different. I knew at the moment I saw you. When I asked for her number, she didn't play hard to get. She didn't do that Lagos girl thing where they make you beg. She just smiled and said, I was hoping you'd ask. That should have been my first warning sign. But I was too busy feeling like the luckiest man in Lekki. The next 4 days were a blur of constant communication. Good morning texts that turned into hour-long conversations. Memes that only we found funny. Voice notes where she'd sing along to whatever was playing. Her voice slightly off-key but adorable. FaceTime calls that stretched past midnight, neither of us wanting to hang up. I can't stop thinking about you, she told me on one of those calls, her face soft in the glow of her phone screen. Is that weird? We just met. If it's weird, then we're both weird, I said, grinning like a fool. She told me about her dreams, building a fashion empire, dressing celebrities, showing at international fashion weeks. Her passion was infectious. When she talked about fabrics and designs, her whole face lit up. I just need one good break, she said, her voice getting quieter. One person to believe in me, to invest in my vision. I believe in you, I said without hesitation. The way she looked at me then, with those big, grateful eyes, made me feel 10 feet tall. On December 5th, I took a half day from work just to see her. We met at a beach in Lekki. She wore a white dress that caught the ocean breeze, and when she ran toward me with open arms, I felt like I was in a Nollywood romance. This is perfect, she said, leaning against me as we watched the waves. You're perfect. This December is already the best month of my life. Mine too, I said, meaning it completely. I planned our first official date carefully. Dinner at a nice restaurant in Victoria Island. Not the most expensive place, but classy enough to impress. I wanted everything to be perfect. She arrived 30 minutes late, looking absolutely stunning in a red dress that turned every head in the restaurant. Baby, I'm so sorry, she said, kissing my cheek. Lagos traffic was insane, and I had to change 3 times because I wanted to look perfect for you. How could I be mad at that? Over jollof rice and grilled fish, she opened up more about her life. She was staying with a friend in Acacia, trying to save money for her own place. Her family was in Enugu. Her father had passed away 2 years ago, and her mother was struggling. I send money home when I can, she said, eyes glistening. But it's hard, you know? I'm trying to build my business, help my family, survive in Lagos. Sometimes I wonder if I'm strong enough. I reached across the table and took her hand. You're one of the strongest people I've met. You barely know me, she said with a small laugh. I know enough, I insisted. When the bill came, 78,000 Naira, I paid without flinching, even though it was more than I'd budgeted. Her grateful smile made it worth every kobo. As we walked to my car, she slipped her hand into mine. Thank you for tonight. For making me feel special. For seeing me. In the car, she kissed me. Really kissed me. And suddenly 78,000 Naira felt like nothing. I'm falling for you, Tund, she whispered. Hard and fast. Is that okay? More than okay, I said, my heart racing. Looking back now, I realized that was the moment I stopped thinking clearly. That was the moment I traded logic for emotion, wisdom for infatuation. That was the moment I sealed my fate. After that date, Chioma became a constant presence in my life. She started spending evenings at my apartment in Aja. We'd cook together, watch movies, talk until dawn. My place, which had always felt adequate but empty, suddenly felt like home. I love it here, she said one night, curled up on my couch. It's so peaceful, so different from where I'm staying. What's wrong with your friend's place? I asked. Her face clouded. She's difficult, always complaining about money, about men. So negative. I hate being there. You can come here whenever you want, I offered. She looked up at me, eyes wide and vulnerable. Really? You wouldn't mind? Of course not. I'll give you a spare key if you want. The way she hugged me then, tight and grateful, made me feel like a hero, like I was doing something noble. On December 10th, she casually mentioned her laptop had crashed. The repair guy quoted 150,000 Naira, she said, showing me the dead screen with genuine distress. But I don't get paid until month end, and I have this huge client presentation next week. I don't know what to do. I might lose this opportunity. I didn't hesitate. I'll take care of it. Tund, no. You need it for work, I said firmly. Consider it an early Christmas gift. I transferred 170,000 Naira that evening, the extra 20 for a good protective case. The way she cried and thanked me, calling me her blessing, her answered prayer, made me feel like I'd done something wonderful. My savings account balance, 2,330,000 Naira. I told myself it was an investment in her future. In our future. I had no idea I'd just made my first payment into my own destruction. With her new laptop, Chioma became even more present in my life. She'd work from my apartment during the day while I was at the office, cook dinner for me when I got home, and we'd spend evenings wrapped up in each other. I could get used to this, she'd say. Playing house with you. Coming home to you. My friends started making jokes about how I'd disappeared. My colleague David cornered me in the office kitchen on December 12th. Guy, you done finish? He asked with a grin. This babe don't catch you properly. She's special, David. Different from Lagos girls. He laughed. That's what they all say? Just be careful. Brothers' December relationships can be dangerous. I brushed him off. David was cynical, always had been. He couldn't understand what Chioma and I had. On December 13th, Chioma mentioned she'd been evicted from her friend's place. She said I'm not contributing enough to rent. Chioma explained, tears rolling down her cheeks. But I've been giving her what I can. She's just being wicked. I don't know where I'm going to go, Tund. I can't afford a hotel, and I can't go back to Enugu. My business is here. The solution seemed obvious. Stay here. With me. I can't impose like that. You're not imposing. I want you here. We're together, aren't we? This is what couples do. She moved in that weekend with 2 suitcases and a lot of gratitude. My 1-bedroom apartment suddenly housed 2 people, and honestly, I loved it. Coming home to her, falling asleep next to her, waking up with her. It felt like we were building something real. On December 15th, she brought up Christmas plans. I need to send money to my mother, she said quietly. Christmas is hard for her since my father died. She's expecting something from me. How much do you need? I asked. 200,000 would help. I know it's a lot. It's fine, I said, already reaching for my phone. Family is important. I transferred the money that night. Savings balance, 2,130,000 Naira. Still healthy, I told myself. And it was for a good cause. Her mother needed help. What kind of man would I be if I didn't support my girlfriend helping her family? On December 17th, my mother called. Tund, are you coming home for Christmas? She asked. Probably not this year, Mommy. I have plans here. Plans? What plans? With who? I'm seeing someone. It's new, but it's serious. There was a long pause. Tund, it's December. You know what your father always said about December relationships? Mummy, please. Not everyone is out to scam people. I'm not saying that. I just want you to be careful. You're too trusting sometimes. After we hung up, Chioma asked who it was. My mother, I said. She's worried about me. About me? You mean? Chioma said, her voice tight. She doesn't even know me and she's already judging me. I'm used to it. People always assume the worst about girls like me. Girls like you. Girls from modest backgrounds trying to make something of themselves. People think we're all gold diggers. My mother didn't say that. She didn't have to. Chioma turned away, arms crossed. I should probably just go. I don't want to cause problems between you and your family. Panic seized me. No, don't. You're not causing problems. My mother is just being protective. Once she meets you, she'll love you. You really think so? She asked, turning back with hopeful eyes. I know so. Crisis averted. Or so I thought. On December 19th, Chioma's phone got stolen. Or so she said. She came home crying, explaining how a thief had snatched it from her hand in traffic. Everything was on that phone, she sobbed. My client contacts, my business accounts, everything. I reported it to the police, but you know how that goes. I need to get a new one immediately, or I'll lose all my December contracts. How much is a good phone? I asked. A decent iPhone is around $350,000. But maybe I can manage with something cheaper. Get the iPhone, I said. You need something reliable for your business. Tund, that's too much. I insisted. Let me take care of this. 400,000 Naira later, I got her the newer model plus accessories. My savings stood at 1,730,000 Naira. I was starting to feel the pinch, but I told myself it was temporary. My bonus was coming in a few days. I'd replenish my savings then. On December 20th, David invited me for drinks after work. Guy, I need to talk to you, he said seriously. That babe you're seeing. Chioma. Her name is Chioma. Fine, Chioma. How much money have you given her? That's none of your business. Tund, I'm your friend. I'm worried. You've been acting different. You're always broke these days. Always making excuses about money. This is December in Lagos. You know how this works. Not every woman is a scammer, David. I'm not saying she's a scammer. I'm saying be careful. You're in your feelings right now, and that makes people stupid. We argued. I told him he was jealous that I'd found someone while he was still single and bitter. We didn't speak for the rest of the week. I should have listened to David. God, I should have listened. December 21st was my bonus day. I'd been counting on it. 500,000 Naira hit my account. Good money, especially on top of my salary. That evening, Chioma cooked my favorite meal, jollof rice, fried plantain, chicken. She lit candles, played soft music, wore my favorite dress. What's the occasion? I asked. No occasion. I just want to celebrate you. Celebrate us. You've been so good to me, Tund. I want you to know I see it. I appreciate it. After dinner, as we lay on the couch, she brought up her fashion show. There's this opportunity, she began. A fashion showcase on December 28th. Major designers, industry people, potential investors. If I can show my collection there, it could change everything. But the showcase fee is 450,000, and I'm short. I've been trying to raise the money, but I'll pay for it, I said. She sat up, shocked. Tund, no. That's too much. I can't ask you to do that. You're not asking. I'm offering. This is your dream, your big break. How can I not support it? But that's almost 500,000 Naira. I just got my bonus. And this is important. We're partners, right? Your success is my success. She cried. She kissed me. She told me I was the best man she'd ever met, that she loved me, that she'd never forget this. I transferred 450,000 Naira the next morning. Savings balance, 1,280,000 Naira. Still substantial, I told myself. And this was different. This was an investment in her career, in our future together. On December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, Chioma's mother called. I was in the bedroom when I heard Chioma answer, her voice immediately stressed. Mummy, I sent money already. I know, but that's all I have right now. Mummy, please. When she hung up, she was crying. What's wrong? I asked. My mother. My younger brother needs school fees for next term, 180,000. She's begging me, but I don't have it. I've given everything I have. I feel like such a failure as a daughter. You're not a failure, I said, pulling her close. But what kind of sister can't help her own brother? He's 15, Tund. If he doesn't pay, they won't let him write his exams. I knew what I had to do. Family was important. Education was important. I'll send the money, I said. No, Tund, I can't keep taking from you. It's not taking. It's a loan. You'll pay me back when your business takes off after the showcase. She looked at me with such gratitude, such love. You're an angel. I don't deserve you. 200,000 Naira sent. I added extra for his books. Savings balance. 1,080,000 Naira. I spent Christmas Day with Chioma in my apartment. We cooked together, exchanged small gifts. I got her a necklace, she got me a watch, and made love while Christmas carols played from my neighbor's apartment. This is the best Christmas of my life, she whispered. Because of you. All because of you. I believed her. God help me, I believed every word. December 26th started normally. I went to work for a half-day, Boxing Day skeleton crew. When I came home around 2 p.m., Chioma wasn't there. No note, no message. Her clothes were still in the closet, so I wasn't worried. By 8 p.m., I was calling her phone. Straight to voicemail. By 10 p.m., I was panicking. By midnight, I was imagining accidents, kidnappings, hospitals. She walked in at 1:30 a.m., looking exhausted. Where were you? I demanded. I've been worried sick. I'm sorry, baby. My phone died, and I was at a planning meeting for the showcase. It ran late. I should have borrowed someone's phone to call. A meeting until 1:30 a.m.? These fashion people, they don't keep normal hours. You know how it is. Something felt off, but I was too relieved she was safe to push it. On December 27th, I asked about the showcase the next day. What time should I come? I want to support you. She hesitated. Actually, it's a closed event. Only industry professionals. I wish you could come, but they're really strict about the guest list. But I'm your boyfriend. I know, baby. I tried to get you on the list, but maybe next time? That stung, but I tried to understand. It was her professional event. Maybe she wanted to keep business and personal life separate. On December 28th, the day of her big showcase, she left early in the morning, dressed beautifully, carrying garment bags. Wish me luck, she said, kissing me. You don't need luck. You've got talent. I've got you. That's all the luck I need. She was gone all day. No calls, just a few texts saying she was busy. It was going great. She'd tell me everything later. She came home at 11 p.m., crying. What happened? I asked, alarmed. Did something go wrong? It was perfect, she sobbed. Too perfect. Investors love my work. But then, Tund, I need to tell you something. My heart stopped. What? One of the investors offered me an opportunity. A big opportunity. To showcase my designs in Dubai next month. All expenses paid. It's everything I've dreamed of. That's amazing. Why are you crying? Because, she took a shaky breath. Because he invited me to dinner tomorrow to discuss details. And I said yes. And now I'm worried you'll be upset, that you'll think something's happening. But it's just business, I swear. Of course it's just business, I said, relieved that was all. Go to the dinner. This is your career. You're not mad. Why would I be mad? I'm proud of you. She hugged me so tight. I love you so much. I don't deserve you. On December 29th, she went to her business dinner. She left at 7 p.m. in a stunning dress, promising she'd be home by midnight. 1 a.m. came. No Chioma. 2 a.m. No answer on her phone. 3 a.m. I was losing my mind. She came home at 4:30 a.m. Makeup smudged. Dress wrinkled. It ran late, she said quickly, not meeting my eyes. We were discussing contracts, opportunities. It was intense. You look, I stopped. Something was very wrong. I'm exhausted. Can we talk tomorrow? I need to shower and sleep. She locked herself in the bathroom for 45 minutes. When she came out and got into bed, she turned away from me. I lay awake until dawn, a sick feeling growing in my stomach. On December 30th, everything fell apart. I woke up to find Chioma already dressed, packing her clothes. What are you doing? I asked, disoriented. I need to tell you something, she said, not looking at me. I'm leaving today, going to Enugu for a few days. But it's New Year's Eve tomorrow. I thought we'd spend it together. My mother needs me. Family emergency. What kind of emergency? You didn't mention anything yesterday. It came up suddenly. I have to go. She was acting strange. Nervous. Avoiding my eyes. Chioma, what's going on? Nothing. I'll be back in a few days. I promise. She left within an hour, barely kissing me goodbye. Something was very, very wrong. I tried calling her throughout the day. Voicemail. I texted. No response. That evening, David called me. Tund, we need to talk. In person. Now. We met at a bar in Lekki. David looked grim. I don't know how to tell you this, he started. Just say it. That girl, Chioma. I saw her yesterday. At Pertia Hotel, in 6. With a man. They were intimate. Very intimate. My world tilted. You're lying. I wish I was. I took pictures. I'm sorry, man. He showed me his phone. There she was. My Chioma. In the hotel lobby. In that same dress from the business dinner. Kissing another man. Older guy, expensive suit. His hand on her waist, her hand on his chest. I thought I might throw up. There's more, David said quietly. I asked around. That guy? He's a married businessman, known for sponsoring young girls. Chioma's been seeing him for months. Since before she met you. No, she wouldn't. The laptop that crashed? The phone that was stolen? The showcase that needed funding? Tund, I checked. There was no showcase yesterday at any venue in Lagos. I called around. Nothing. The room was spinning. How much did she take from you? David asked gently. I couldn't speak. Tund. How much? Everything, I whispered. Almost everything. 2.5 million. Maybe more. I stopped counting. David closed his eyes. Jesus Christ. That night, I went through my bank statements with shaking hands. Laptop repair, 170,000 Naira. Mother's Christmas money, 200,000 Naira. iPhone, 400,000 Naira. Showcase fees, 450,000 Naira. Brother's school fees, 200,000 Naira. Plus dates, gifts, groceries, Uber rides, random transfers she'd asked for emergencies. Total, 2,547,000 Naira. 2.5 million Naira. Gone. In 31 days. On December 31st, I finally got a text from her. I'm sorry, Tund. I never meant for it to go this far. You were so good to me. Too good. But I'm not the person you think I am. Please don't try to find me. Forget about me. And I'm sorry about the money. I needed it. My family needed it. I hope someday you can forgive me. Have a happy new year. Then her number stopped working. I spent New Year's Eve alone in my apartment, surrounded by her abandoned things, a few clothes she'd left behind, makeup on my bathroom counter, photos on my phone of us smiling like we had forever. At midnight, as fireworks exploded across Lagos, I sat on my bedroom floor and cried. Not just for the money, for my stupidity, for my broken heart, for the future I'd imagined that never existed. I woke up on January 1st with a headache, swollen eyes, and the crushing weight of reality. My savings account that should have held 2.5 million Naira showed 83,000 Naira. My current account had 42,000 Naira. Total liquid cash, 125,000 Naira. I'd lost my house down payment, my emergency fund, my future security, for a woman who never existed. I reported her to the police on January 2nd. They took my statement, collected evidence, but weren't optimistic. Sir, these cases are very difficult, the officer explained. She'll have changed her number, maybe even her name. Unless she does it to someone else and they report her, it's almost impossible to track. I posted her pictures online, warning others. Some people sympathized. Others mocked me. Men like you are too gullible, one comment read. She saw a magoo and she milked you dry. That's Lagos 101. They weren't wrong. My friend David helped me piece together the truth. Chioma wasn't even her real name. She'd used different names with different men. The sick mother, the struggling family, the fashion career, all lies carefully crafted to manipulate generous, lonely men. The businessman in the hotel? He was apparently one of several she was seeing simultaneously. She'd played us all, timing her requests, her absences, her excuses. Professional, calculated, ruthless. It's been almost a year since that December. I've rebuilt my savings slowly. I'm at 800,000 Naira now, with another year or two before I'm back where I started. But the money isn't the real loss. It's the trust, the innocence, the ability to believe and love at first sight. I've learned lessons I wish I'd known on December 1st when I saw that beautiful smile. If it's too perfect, it probably is. Chioma was perfect. Too perfect. She liked everything I liked. She never argued, never criticized, never showed a flaw. Real people aren't perfect. Real love isn't easy. I was so desperate to believe I'd found my ideal match that I ignored every sign that she was performing, not being real. Actions speak louder than words. She said she loved me constantly, but her actions showed something else. Every time we met, there was a financial request. Every emergency was solved with my money. Real love doesn't always need your wallet. Fast love usually crashes hard. We went from strangers to living together in 10 days. That's not romance. That's a red flag parade. Real relationships need time to develop, to show each other's true selves, to build trust beyond infatuation. December makes people stupid. There's something about this month in Lagos. The lights, the music, the parties, the collective hope that this year will end better than it started. We make decisions in December we'd never make in July. We trust people in December we'd suspect in March. Scammers know this. They target December specifically because people's defenses are down, their hearts are open, their bank accounts are full. Your friends can see what you can't. David tried to warn me. My mother tried to warn me. But I was so convinced I knew better, that what we had was special, that I was different. Pride plus infatuation equals disaster. Verify the story. I never met her mother. Never saw her house. Never met a single friend or family member. Never verified her business, her background, anything. I just believed everything she told me because I wanted it to be true. If I'd asked for proof of even one thing, the eviction notice, her mother's phone number, the showcase venue, the whole house of cards would have collapsed. Looking back with clear eyes, the red flags were everywhere. She moved too fast with a stranger. Every interaction involved a financial crisis. Her emergencies always had exact Naira amounts. She was always unavailable to meet my friends and family. Her stories didn't quite add up, but I never pushed. She had no verifiable online presence, no real friends, no traceable history. The amounts she needed kept escalating. She love-bombed me constantly to keep me emotionally invested. She isolated me from people who questioned our relationship. She disappeared for hours with weak explanations. Everything was always urgent, always desperate, always just this one time. If I'd stopped for even one day to think rationally instead of emotionally, I would have saved myself everything. I'm not telling you this story to make you paranoid or bitter. Not everyone is a scammer. Not every December romance is a trap. Genuine love does exist, even in Lagos, even in this month. But I am telling you to be smart, to protect yourself, to remember that love should never drain your bank account before it fills your heart. If you're in a new relationship right now, ask yourself these questions. Do they rush intimacy? Do they have sob stories that require your money? Do they isolate you from friends who express concern? Can you verify their story independently? Do you know their real name, real background, real life? Are they showing you, not just telling you, that they care? And most importantly, would you make these same decisions in June? Or is it just December magic clouding your judgment? My apartment feels emptier now, but in a different way than before. Before Chioma, it felt like a space waiting to be filled. Now it feels like a space I'm learning to be comfortable and alone. I deleted all our photos, blocked every number she might use, started therapy to work through the shame and anger, focused on rebuilding my savings and my life. Some nights I still wonder if any of it was real. Did she feel anything at all? Was there a single genuine moment? Or was I just a mark from day one, carefully selected and systematically drained? I'll probably never know. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the truth doesn't matter as much as the lesson. I lost 2.5 million Naira in 31 days. But I gained something priceless. The knowledge that no external love can save you if you don't love yourself enough to protect yourself first. If you're watching this and you've just met someone amazing, someone perfect, someone who seems to be everything you've ever wanted, I'm happy for you. I hope it's real. I hope they're genuine. I hope this December brings you actual joy, not just expensive lessons. But please, please be careful. Protect your heart, yes, but also protect your head. And definitely protect your bank account. Don't give money to people you barely know, no matter how sad their story, how desperate their situation, how promising your future together seems. Don't move at a pace that makes you uncomfortable just because they're pushing. Don't isolate yourself from people who care enough to warn you. Don't mistake love bombing for love. And for God's sake, don't do what I did. Don't sacrifice your future for someone else's present, especially when you can't even verify their story. December will end. January will come. Bills will be due. And you'll either be grateful you were careful, or you'll be like me, sitting in an empty apartment, counting what's left and wondering how you let it happen. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Thank you for listening to my story.